Welcome back to the channel. Today what I'm going to be talking about is the need to keep your reps high in the rep range and getting away from the 2 to 5, 2 to 6, and even 2 to 8 rep range. Those rep ranges, in my opinion, are the rep ranges that are designed specifically to allow you to lift heavier and heavier weights. If you're a power lifter, then that's pretty much what you want to drive for. But if you're trying to create a bodybuilding type body, you're going to have to keep your rep range between 10 and 12. Those rep ranges have been used by bodybuilders forever, because they have been found to be quite effective for building muscle. Now, the issue with that is most people tend to lower the rep range in efforts to lift heavier and heavier weights. And once you do that, you'll find that you are becoming stronger and not necessarily bigger, because the heavier weight with the lower rep range, you're working more of the tendon muscle than the actual muscle fibers themselves. A lot of you might would say, well, I heard you say that before. You may have heard it, but the new subscribers hadn't heard it. And at the same time, in a lot of the comments, I'm constantly hearing individuals saying that they work within the lower rep range and they still make good gains or whatever, and they never show any of that progress. So you hear that stuff all the time. But if you want to create that bodybuilding body, you have to keep your rep range between 10 and 12. That will give you the time under tension that your muscles need in order to expand your blood vessels to pump as much blood and nutrients to the muscle as possible. And once you go below the 10 to 12 rep range, you're not able to create that volume needed to open those blood vessels up to feed the muscle. That's the whole purpose of that rep range. That's the whole purpose of it. Now, if your goal is not to create bigger arms, bigger chest, things of that nature to its maximum degree, if your goals are not that, then by all means, stay within the lower rep ranges. But if your goals are to increase larger arms, bigger chest, bigger legs, whatever it takes to look like a bodybuilder, then you're gonna have to keep your rep range within the 10 to 12 rep range. Now, I done said that a whole lot, so hopefully you'll finally get it. And in doing so, you must keep your weights to a point to where you can not break form and also get those reps in. Once you fall out of the 10 rep range, that's pretty much it. The weight you're lifting is too heavy. Not saying that you can't lift more weight, because a lot of you can. What I'm saying is that you have gotten out of the effective zone for building muscle. Once you go beyond 12 reps, you are then working the endurance muscle fibers. As I said on previous videos, those are the muscle fibers that a lot of guys who do calisthenics, as far as push-ups, sit-ups, and things of that nature, that's why they have to do so many push-ups and sit-ups and things like that, simply because they are working the endurance muscle. So in order for them to even feel like they are getting a good workout, they always have to increase the amount of push-ups and sit-ups that they are doing on a regular basis, because those endurance muscles is pretty much like running long distance. You know, as you begin to open up your lungs and things like that, you begin to have more oxygen in order for you to be able to run those longer and longer distances. It's the same thing with those ones that are doing push-ups and stuff like that. You know, those endurance fibers are being worked so regular until it would naturally cause you to have to get up to 200, 300, 400, even 500 push-ups a day that a lot of prisoners are using. And those guys, they do get a good amount of size, but a lot of the size and stuff that they're getting is from a lot of the carbs that they are taking in on a regular basis. That's how come they never really look ripped looking or anything like that. They look more or less just big and puffy looking, because their diets normally consist of a lot of carbohydrates. Now, hopefully that cleared up at least my thought process as to the best rep ranges for building muscle. I can't tell you what weight to use or anything like that, because I don't know your strength level. My thing is, if you can't do 5 good sets of a certain weight and really get that blood volume going, then the weight is too heavy. It's too heavy. There's just no way around it. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And again, I'll be talking to you later.